My name is Vivian Ashioya Kigada, and I'm Systems Channel Manager at IBM East Africa. When I think about executed vision, I think about beginning with the end in mind and realizing that every decision, every step, every process is an important milestone and ingredient in executing your vision and getting to the end. One of the most important decisions I need to make as a manager or as a leader is hiring decisions, choosing the right people to put into the team and leveraging their strengths to accomplish each of the tasks that need to be accomplished as the team. Another important decision that I have to make as a manager is around choosing the strategy to execute the vision. So the vision is outlined. There are different ways to get to that vision, and it is so important to be able to pick the right strategy to achieve the vision effectively and efficiently. The most difficult part of being a leader, in my opinion, is carrying the full responsibility for the team when you're not the one that executes all the team's actions. So in essence, you're in charge, but you're not in control. And therefore, if you have control freak tendencies, like I do, you have to learn how to let go in order to be able to trust that the team will execute the actions, the vision, the strategy, and the task according to what you expect it to be, and also allow them the slack to fail, because many lessons we learn by failing. A leader can fail by being unprepared or by not preparing other members of the team for a task ahead. One of the times that I failed as a leader happened to be an instance when we were having a very high-level meeting. We had briefed all the team members and especially the executive that was attending this meeting. And unfortunately, due to unavoidable circumstances, he was not able to attend. So we had to make a snap decision and bring in another executive. And the biggest mistake we made was not to brief the executive that was coming into the meeting with us. And since he was the leader of the meeting, he carried the conversation forward, but because he did not understand the entire content and the objective that we were trying to achieve in the meeting, the tone and the course of the meeting changed completely. And unfortunately, it ended up damaging a relationship with a very important client. So preparation is everything, not just self-preparation, but preparation of everybody that needs to be involved in a task so that you have a common vision, a common objective, and a common strategy. Aside from my career, I'm a leader in so many other areas of my life. I'm the firstborn in my family. I'm a leader in a group in church. I'm a leader in ministry. I lead in very many facets, whether authoritative leading or leading by influence. And how I have been able to manage all those leadership roles is to be a woman that wears one hat, and I just tilt it around depending on what the situation and the circumstances. My vision is really birthed out of my relationship with God, and He gave me a clear strategy about the areas that I need to play a part. That for me, I am called to women, I am called to work, which is the career, and I am called to the marketplace. So even if I'm involved in an assignment regarding Africa, women will always play a critical part. As a wife, as a daughter, as a sister, as a woman, as an African, vision plays a very important part in my ability to execute all these roles. Vision is really about having the end in mind, having the end goal in mind. So as a wife, I must always remember what is the end goal that I want to have in mind for my marriage. I want to have a successful marriage, irrespective of all the multiple roles that I have to play. As a daughter, my vision is really to bring joy to my parents. They sacrificed so much to be able to raise me, and now I'm the one that has to be able to sacrifice certain things for the benefit and the enjoyment and the comfort of my parents. So I always have to keep that vision that my parents are growing old and they really do need me more now than they did in the past. As an African, I'm very passionate about the voice of this continent, about the fact that, Africa is the place to be. I always say that sometimes we Africans forget that everybody is running to Africa, and some of us are running away. So my vision is an Africa where, there's justice, where there's equity, where there is fairness, where resources are shared across by each and every person. And therefore, everywhere that I go, I fly the African flag high. So vision for me plays an integral role in the sense that it centers me. The best decision I ever made as a leader was to stop and invest in myself. I had taken on a new role as a manager. First major management role, I was responsible for a large territory. I had a large team and only half of them in existence. I needed to hire the other half. And I jumped into that role, continued executing from an operational perspective, and never bridged the gap to being strategic. And I realized that I was trying to achieve different results using the same old tactics. So I paused. I took a stop. I took a break. I went and invested in myself. I invested in a leadership program for women. And that leadership program is really what led me to realize that I was one Vivian. It didn't matter where I was one Vivian, and I needed to be an integrated human being. And therefore, I was able to come back and realize that the assignment had changed, and therefore, I needed to start acting like a leader, not like a team member. I needed to be able to make difficult decisions, especially since I was leading my peers. That single decision to invest in myself has really changed my perspective about leadership, about beginning with the end in mind, and about remembering that even though we are trying to achieve results, people are still very, very important. This is probably the one place that I learned how to let go of my need and desire for perfection and to embrace excellence as opposed to perfection, and also to let people be and to let them play their best part in the team and in the role to support the whole team in coming together to achieve the common objective and the common vision. I cast vision to team members and other leaders by simply articulating the vision the way that I understand it, painting a picture of what I see the future looking like, and then letting the team members and the other leaders know what role I feel they would play in the achievement of the vision. But I also allow them to come back and let me know how they feel that they would play a role, because it doesn't have to be cast in stone. This is the end goal. We're clear about what the vision looks like, but how does it look for different people might be different. So allow people to express what it is they see the end game as being, but different people see it in different ways. And therefore, once we are clear that what we're seeing is the same thing, we just might have different perspectives, then we're able to pick up the vision and run with it and achieve it.